All right. Well, welcome everyone to the Daily Restaurant Podcast Show. Really, we're the go-to platform for all things that are awesome in the culinary world. I'm your host, Jay Ashton. We'll be serving up, and we also have Chef Danielle in the green room. There he is. He's hanging out down there. And we're going to be serving up some really cool information and awesome ideas today. This broadcast is brought to you by McCain's Food Service. Amazing products that they carry all the time. And really, they're the champions in creating quality food that's easy to prepare and amazing to enjoy. So today, we're stoking the fires and innovation with a focus on exciting shifts in the world of barbecue plant-based dishes. Chef Daniel, you're going to rock it around these plant-based dishes today?
Of course, of course.
Yeah, that's awesome, right?
Always, always.
Right? Well, you said Roadhouse BBQ plant-based, which I don't know if those words have ever been put together ever in the history.
I don't think so, but you know what? Today we're gonna do it.
Well, you're going to be looking at Brussels sprouts, these new Brussels
Yeah,
sprouts that they have,
yeah,
cauliflower bites, and
yeah.
then
I
these
think, yeah.
corn. What's these corn things that you have?
So they're called corn ribs. So it's basically like you go to a roadhouse or you go to a barbecue place, you have your ribs. You can order ribs. So this is the plant-based version. Um, it's made out of corn. So it's basically like corn on the cob, and it's got a bread coating on it. Um, and you eat them just like ribs.
That's awesome.
Just like ribs, yeah.
Well, you know what's big on TikTok? I've seen it on TikTok a few times. I think you're a TikToker. I can
Mm,
tell. Yeah.
a little bit,
Yeah. Exactly. I know.
a little bit more
Everyone doesn't
Instagram.
admit it. Yeah. Everyone doesn't admit it, but you are. So, anyways, we're really going to be focused on great new ways that you can drive additional sales through innovative menu ideas that you're going to create for us today. So
Yeah, of
let's get into
course.
it. Let's dive
Yeah, of
into it.
course. Of
Let's
course.
get into it. Let's turn down the music because I always get complaints. There we go. All
The
right.
groovy music, the late night
Yes.
drive.
The late night drive.
Yeah.
Exactly. So let's get into this. What's the first thing you're going to do?
So we're gonna do the poutine. So this one, I mean, plant-based with the mini mashers. But then, you can do a plant-based gravy with it. And then same thing with the cheese, right? Classic poutine. We got a nice beef gravy. We have our cheese curds. But we can do it all plant-based. So today we have, let me just pull them out of the oven. Got everything staying warm. So we have our mini mashers. So they're almost like tater tots, that kind of style. Uh,
But
basically like
not.
a.
But not. They're not. They're not the tater tot. These are different.
These are different. These are way better, way better. So they're like, best way to describe them. They're like little mini mashed potato bites. Here, let me show you.
Okay.
They're awesome. They're awesome. So these, we'll just regular poutine,
Yep.
put them into our bowl.
Now, plant-based, the demand from plant-based has really continued to skyrocket over these last few years. It's coming
Yes.
back big time. I just did a lecture last week in London, Ontario around this. And sales will continue to grow in this area for restaurants. And
Big time.
we need to offer plant-based. Well, you're
Yeah.
you're a young chef.
Yeah.
You probably see that most places now carry a plant-based option or two.
Oh, of course, of course. Even the hotel where I work, we carry plant-based um, menu items, dishes, pretty much everything, right? Big portion of your consumers are either becoming plant-based or now realizing that it's important to be plant-based.
So I have a question for you. Do you think
Yeah.
that restaurants then need to highlight those dishes on their menus, promote them more because it is drawing in the younger generation?
Yes, definitely. Definitely need to promote it more. Um,
See,
I feel,
People don't though. People don't as much. They kind of just add it on, like in the
yeah,
vegan world days. But I think this is different because there's some brand behind it, and there's some movement around it.
yeah. So here, I'll show you this while it's still hot. Um, so poutine. classic Canadian dish. Um, and we did it with the mini mashers.
Now, do they like mush together and everything like that? Because you got to eat it and show us that. Like, you can't just create a poutine and not eat it there.
The last show we did, I didn't even eat on the show, but
Yeah,
I'll eat one of these.
yeah. Didn't you ever notice that?
Mm. No, they're
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
They're good. They have that nice like crispy coating on the outside, um, and then that mash on the inside. So it's those French fries that you can get. The best way to relate it, those French fries. But when they're
Those French fries. I think we've just covered 4,000 SKUs in our comments.
no, those when you make French fries and they're like water blanched
Yeah.
first, and then you fry them after, and they have that nice crispy coating on the outside. You get those little bits of crunchy, and then on the inside it's just completely soft and like smooth potato. That's what you get with these. They're
Perfect.
bomb. They're bomb.
Well, I think the
Yeah,
thing is that we're looking at when I guess people need to remember that customers are always looking for plant-based options that are not
yeah.
just necessary vegans or vegetarians. These are people that are looking that consume also, proteins and regular animal proteins that want that option as well. It's the flexitarians, right? That we see that. I don't like the term flexitarians too much
No,
anymore. It really didn't grab in Canada. I know it grabbed in Europe, but it's definitely something more and more that we see people doing this right now. Is just enjoying some plant based. I think the plant based, and from a chef's perspective, probably carries a lot more skill. You need a little more skill in the plant based area.
I think you do, because you now have to think, how can I do these classic dishes, or these dishes that my consumers are gonna like, but how do I do them plant-based, right,
Mm-hmm.
without using um, like the aid of meat, like
Mm-hmm.
so it's a little bit of a challenge, but once you get over the hurdle of thinking meat forward there, and you
Yeah.
start realizing, the world and the opportunity of plant-based, um, it becomes a lot easier to create the dishes, to create the menu, and to find that fine balance where your customers are gonna like it, and even the people that aren't plant-based are gonna order it.
Yeah. The thing is interesting that we understand, and I want to hear this from you because actually I'm going to use almost like you as a test subject most of the time now, chef, because you're
Yeah,
perfect age. Because you're the age that restaurateurs want to have. We want to
yeah,
create that relationship with you. We want to create
yeah.
that brand recognition with you. So you come to our location more because it's hard nowadays to get a dedicated repeat customer, right? Someone
It
that
is.
it is hard. There's so much choices, right?
Yeah.
So I have a question for you. Do you think then restaurateurs can appeal to consumers if they really work on the sustainability messaging? Because plant-based is usually associated to sustainability.
Um, I think, I
Does it
think
draw you in? Do you go to a restaurant and say, "I'm going to go there because they practice that or they promote it"?
me personally, as a
Mm,
consumer, no,
yeah. Okay.
I don't. Um,
Because that's what we
I
hear. We hear this all the time, though. So this
I
is good.
like
This is good.
I like the fact that people tell me that they're sustainable with what they're doing, and they're
Yeah.
about sustainability. I like to hear it, but it's not a deciding factor on where I'm going. But
Yeah.
as a chef in the kitchen, I'm all about sustainability. Um, it's I think nowadays in the kitchen, it's such an important topic to talk about, and it's a way of, I guess, life or being in the kitchen. And now, if you're not sustainable with what you're doing or practicing sustainability, it can be very costly in the kitchen.
Yeah.
So, um, and I think you get a better end product, and you get better products coming in when you are practicing that sustainability. But as a consumer, I personally don't look for that.
Okay, well, no, that's good because seriously, like we get this all the time. So this is a great case study. So you get
Yeah,
into the next dish. What's the next
Yeah,
one
of
you're going to go
course.
for? It's good. I love that. We need to
So I
hear the
think
truth.
so I think this next one's gonna be the complete plant-based. This is gonna be your plant-based like Roadhouse um ribs. Like your rib dish.
Okay.
This could
Okay.
this could de
Barbecue rib dish, Roadhouse barbecue rib dish.
yeah,
But no
barbecue
ribs.
road.
But no ribs.
Yeah, no ribs, completely plant-based.
Now, I have to ask you, chef, do you
Yeah.
buy products from companies as a chef that practice sustainable practices?
Um, we try to. I mean, I personally try to.
So, so,
At
so it's
the
appeal. It's appeal to you, right? Like,
it's appeal. At the end of the day, I'm trying to get the best product that I can get. Now, most of the vendors that I look at are practicing sustainability or, getting the products in a sustainable way. So,
yeah.
it's not something I have to look for, but um,
But if
it's
you had
something
two
that's good to
companies,
know.
one that, yeah, you have two companies, one's doing it, one isn't, you're probably 99% is going to go over to the one that is, I'm guessing.
Yes, but then I still have to look at cost. I still have to look at quality.
Yeah. Yeah,
But it does play a role.
it
It does
does.
play a role. I think,
But
I
it's
think
more important today than anything, is it?
it is. It's more important. It's more important. And I think more people should look at it. I don't think enough people do. Um, if you're looking for the future of the industry, you're looking for the future of food, it's where sustainability is.
Oh, this is good.
It's an
This is good
important thing.
talk. No, it's
Yeah.
really cool. Well, McCain's does a lot of amazing stuff in this area, and they're doing more and more. Is another reason why I want to ask you that, because McCain's is doing a lot of amazing stuff on the sustainability side.
Yeah.
And you can find more on what they're doing at mccain'sfoodservice.ca. Go over to the site. We'll put it up there. I think everyone knows how to Google stuff, but definitely go over to McCain's website and check out the amazing stuff that they're doing because they really are kind of leading the way in the
Yeah.
whole sustainable space within food service. And I have to give them a shout out on that because that's huge. I love that.
Yeah, they're doing some amazing stuff with sustainability and with the way that they're practicing everything. So it's yeah, kudos to them on that. It's not easy to do that.
Yeah.
And it's not the easiest thing for business. Um, I guess sometimes with costs starting up on that. So it's good. I'm happy that McCain's is doing that, and I'm proud to buy their product and support it. So
Perfect. Yeah, let's definitely do
this,
that. So what are you doing there? Let's get into the dish here. So can you
so
bring on the
this,
corn ribs up? Let's bring on the corn ribs up.
yeah. So these are the corn ribs. Ooh, man, got a little bit of mess on the plate.
Ooh, that's a chef. That's a chef. No, no.
Yeah, that's a chef no-no. So these are the corn ribs. Um, so
Those
you can
actually
see
look
here.
really good. To be honest, they look really cool.
Yeah, so I mean, normally like when you're eating ribs, you got that nice crisp on the outside. You have that nice crust, and I think they really captured that here with the bread coating on top of it. And I mean, I'm a huge corn fan. I love corn. So when you're biting into that and you're getting, the flavors of the corn, you're getting the flavors from the seasoning on the breading. It's it's just perfect. Perfect end product.
Have you ever seen a
Great.
product like that? I've never seen a product like that.
I've actually never seen a product like this, and you know what? I'm happy I have now because it's definitely opened my eyes, and this is something that can definitely sit on one of my menus. So this entire dish, I mean, to some, it's gonna look a little bit like too much fried food,
Yeah, but
um,
here's the thing though,
but
is
it's
I
plant
think
based.
exactly. I was going to say
Plant
plant-based
based.
has an association with a ton of health benefits. We know it, right?
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, it's a little bit more healthy. Um, it's not as heavy to eat. I've eaten these. They're not as heavy to eat as like, eating just regular fried foods. All right. Okay, so this right here is the corn ribs. We have our cauliflower bites,
Hmm.
and then our Brussels sprouts, and we have our mini mashers. So
So,
this is,
so can you try? Let's see. I want to see that corn. I'm really curious about the corn.
yeah, here. So I actually have a corn with no sauce on it, so it's a little bit easier to see. This one, toss it in a little bit of sauce so the bread coating kind of comes off of it. But I like it because then you get those like crunchy barbecue bits, that are on your plate. When you finish the dish and you have your, the last couple little crumbs, they're perfect. But this is pretty much what we're looking at here. So the corn ribs.
Yeah. So break it. Let's see. Like break it. So it's a corn. It's just corn cut in half.
Yeah, so it's corn like cut into a quarter. One
Quarter.
sec, let me grab a knife.
And can you eat the whole thing, or you just eat the corn?
You just eat the core, or you don't eat the core.
So
Sorry.
you don't. So you don't eat the bone.
Yeah, yeah, but
Okay.
it's exactly the same thing, right? It's like you're not eating. You don't eat the bone of the rib. So it's like plant-based to not plant-based, like corn ribs to regular ribs. Exact same thing, right? You have your bone left over. You get your nice crispy coating. You get your nice flavor of like the meat or the corn. So, oof,
But a
sorry
little too
there.
much. A little too much spice there.
No, 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 no. Just early in the morning.
It's early in the morning. All right. So corn ribs.
Yeah, corn ribs. Love it. Love the corn ribs. Love the Brussels sprouts. Love the
Awesome.
potatoes. Love the
So what
cauliflower.
you gonna do? One more dish.
Yeah, of course.
One more
So
dish.
this one is definitely something that can accompany um, accompany like a non-plant-based item. So a lot of times in like Roadhouse kind of places or barbecue places, you'll have like fried chicken, um, and then you'll have some nice veg to go with it. Um, this is definitely a way that you can still have that chicken, but then accompany it with the plant-based items.
Yeah.
So
So what's interesting about this? So what products are you using on this one, chef?
So this one I'll use the cauliflower and the Brussels sprouts. Um, Brussels sprouts. I mean, every time I've had fried chicken, I've had like I've done Brussels sprouts, which I've
Yeah.
um, fried them in oil, and then I pull them out and I'll toss them with a little bit of like balsamic kind of glaze or balsamic vinaigrette. Instead of doing this with the Brussels sprouts, like these coated Brussels sprouts, way better, way
Okay.
better. And they don't need the sauce; like they have the perfect seasoning there. They're well cooked. Um, Overall, good product. It's got that nice coating, and then cauliflower too with it. Who doesn't love cauliflower? And a big thing right now, which I'm seeing on menus a lot, is that cauliflower like wing,
Hmm.
or like cauliflower like tempura bites. It's huge right now, huge. Um, but I mean, I love it, and I've gone to restaurants and I've had it as like an appetizer. It's amazing.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's a little bit of fried chicken covered in some sauce.
So these Brussels sprouts, the instruction, they can be cooked in an oven and stuff like this, but you can deep fry them as well.
Yeah, of course. So I mean, today I'm doing it with. I did it in the oven today,
Yeah,
just because I'm cooking at home. So I don't really have a deep fryer here.
we got to get
Um,
you one. We got to get you on there.
yeah, I don't really have like an industrial deep fryer. I don't have one that's like got a
You don't,
super consistent
you don't,
temperature.
you don't carry one with you?
No, no, no. It's not one of the things I carry with me on a regular basis. You know what? I got a little bit of everything. This can be this is how dishes evolve.
Okay,
You
oh,
know,
how's
and we
that?
got dishes evolve. It's like days in the kitchen. You know, you come up with your idea, and then you find something else in the restaurant or in the kitchen that's like, you know what, this will work well on the dish. This will work well.
Do you
This can
find, here's a question for you, because
yeah.
you fall into the millennial Gen Z space, is people in that space are also considering becoming more plant-based vegan style.
Yeah.
Like people are considering it, they're maybe not there yet, but more,
Yeah,
does it must come up in conversation with your folks, with
I
your
mean,
peeps?
I think that was you just classified me there with Gen Z and the millennials and all that, and then you said peeps. You're mixing two worlds there, okay?
Sorry.
I mean, the talk about going plant-based or going even going vegan too is huge. And it's not about for most people now it's not about like believing that you have to be that. I have to go vegan because of this, or I have to go plant-based because of this, because I
Mhm.
don't like the way the world treats animals. Now I'm finding it's for the health benefits.
Okay, oh, okay,
Um,
just wait a second. Wait a second. Come a little closer. Come a little closer.
did
So
I
you're
did I
telling
just
me,
say did I just say something super controversial there?
well, no. It's good to know because we look at it like so I'm, putting these products on my menu. We
Yep,
have to understand that that younger age is actually considering it from their health side because at 20, when I was 25,
yep,
that wasn't the case. You
yep,
would be doing more things based on a trend model
yeah,
opposed to
no,
doing it for a health benefit, which is a good thing. It's incredibly good. So moving that direction, you guys are thinking about health at 25 years old.
yeah, yeah.
Holy smokeroos.
I mean, a lot of it's,
So you
a
go
lot
to
of the
men,
health
but
is, a lot of the health is, a lot of the younger people, and I mean, a lot of people in my generation, they're in the gym every single day.
yeah,
Uh, I, I'm not.
I was gonna
I'm in the
say,
kitchen. I'm in the kitchen every day. I'm not in the
yeah,
gym every day.
no, it's kind of like
Um,
it. It's kind of like a gym.
yeah, lifting all the pots and the potatoes and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but they're in the gym every day or every other day. They're trying to eat healthy. They're trying to live healthier. You're not seeing too much of the bad habits with the younger generation.
Well, we see less drinking. We see all these different
Like
things. So that makes sense. That totally makes
the
sense.
the drinking part is actually, and I thought it was a trend, and I think it's stepping away from being a trend, and I think it's starting to step into a
Mm-hmm.
lifestyle
The
choice
lifestyle,
now.
yeah, yeah. It's
Is
past the. I agree with you. It's past that.
is is the mocktails
Hmm.
and the the no alcohol. I at the start of the year, I thought I saw, the dry January, people doing like the dry month where they weren't drinking at
Yeah.
all. And then I was like, okay, yeah, it's a trend, it's a month thing. But then I saw February come and it's continuing into February and then March
Yeah.
comes and then we're like almost 6 months in and I'm like, now I'm seeing menus come out
Yeah.
in restaurants and bars where it's zero alcohol in
Well,
the drinks, and
so, but it
it's living up to the mixology of doing drinks with
yeah.
alcohol.
But it's interesting because when you look at dishes like you've done here
Yep.
and these products from McCain's, the driving force. So if I'm a restaurateur and I hear this from you, I'm going to be like, okay, I got to really create more menu ideas or menu dishes that are based on health and then pull in the plant-based ideas into those
Yep.
dishes of health that are for the generations that I'm trying to attract into my business.
Yep.
That is interesting. That really is, because we were probably from my generations, we're looking at baking these products or bringing these products in there based on sustainability, which is important, like you said, but really around the health benefits never came up on an attraction to get you to come into my business. But
Yeah.
it makes total sense. It totally does now.
And it's now becoming important, and people are understanding it, and they're seeing it, and you know what? It's even with this, it's stepping away from being a trend, and it's now a lifestyle.
Very cool.
So,
Very
yeah.
cool. So you know I'm going to make you eat your Brussels sprouts this morning for
Oh,
breakfast.
of course. How did I know? How did I know?
I
Yeah,
know. Like,
it's what time in the morning? It's
grab the fork. Grab the fork. Get in there.
So here, let me show you. So this
Yeah.
is just the dish before I even destroy it. This is the dish. We have our chicken, piece of fried chicken. This is a chicken breast, so a little bit more of the healthy option, or
Mhm.
the healthier option that people see because they're looking for white meat, breast meat. So we have fried chicken. We have our Brussels sprouts, nice crispy coating on them, nice crunch to it.
This is
Got
right about
that.
the time you're supposed to taste them.
This is the mini masher. We have our cauliflower and we have our nice corn, because when you're eating barbecue or Roadhouse food, corn is a must.
It's a
It's a
must.
must. It's a must. And if it's
Must.
not corn on the cob, it's, you know, corn, like loose corn. But
Like
this,
roasted corn and that kind of stuff.
yeah, but this
I like
here,
these ribs though. I like these ribs.
the
I
corn
think they
ones,
look
yeah,
good.
they're great. They're great. I love it. They're really nice. The corn has a really good flavor. It feels like that in season corn, where it has
Yeah.
lots of flavor, lots of sweetness. Um, it's not that off season corn where it's
Yeah.
just bland, tastes like water. So
Cool. Awesome. Well, this has been a great talk, Chef, and thank you again for giving some insights into plant-based. Also around, what did I call it? Your generation.
my generation, the millennials, the Gen Zs, the
And
you
then when
peeps.
you peeps. Yeah, we won't bring that up. But anyways, thanks again to McCain's that sponsored today's show. You know what, folks? If you're looking for great ideas and everything else, go to mccainsfoodservice.ca for some great ideas and recipes over there. Plus, you get to see all the amazing stuff that they have listed in their new in their new product line around the
Yeah.
corn ribs, the Brussels sprouts, the cauliflower. Amazing products over there. So thanks again to them.
And the mini
Oh,
mashers.
and the mini mashers, right? You're going to get into that poutine later for breakfast.
Oh, you know what? I'll have a I'll have a Brussels sprout
Yeah.
and then some poutine.
And then some poutine. Okay, awesome. Well, folks, remember that the future of food is all about adaptability, creativity, and sustainability. Whether it's giving barbecue a twist to Brussels sprouts, like Chef did, or corn ribs, or even cauliflower, finding new ways to cater to your customers' evolving taste is important. So put on your chef's hat, fire up your grills, even for breakfast, and try some of these products out. Thanks again. Until next time, Chef. You like how you say that? Until next time.
Until next time, yeah, we got some exciting things on the go now. So
Exactly. And we
yeah.
won't do it so early so you can have a nap. You're at that age. You're getting old.
No, I don't need a nap.
I
I don't
like
need
the
a nap.
fact that we're going to use it like a guinea pig on insights for our industry.
To get the honest, brutal answer.
Exactly. To get the
The
honesty.
the real answer that not everyone wants to hear about.
No, we could have like companies step up, like, let's use them again. Let's use them again.
It's like I said in the last show. It's real food for real people.
Exactly. Real food for real people. There you go. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thanks again, everyone else. And from the Daily Restaurant Podcast Show, thanks again. Stay hungry, stay curious, and most importantly, keep innovating. Thanks, Chef. Have a
Thank
good one.
you. Bye.